Hello and welcome back to Lorefan Gaming Plays Neverwinter Nights 2 Complete Edition. I'm your host Lorefan. In this Neverwinter Nights 2 build video, we'll go ahead and do the Pure Warlock. As always, like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more Neverwinter Night 2 builds just like this. Do not forget to hit the notification bell so you'll be updated and more. Here are the pros and cons for this Pure Warlock build. Now the pros is since your charisma is high in this build, your spells are going to do a lot more against foes more often. The invocations I did select it will help you guide through all of that. Another thing that is very nice is you can cast spells over and over again. I should say invocations, like buffing once one buff wears off, apply on yourself again. You can spam certain invocations, which is very good. Now disadvantages of this build as follows: you're going to start a little bit weak, but eventually when you get that charisma up there and some invocation tiers on into your spell bar, I should say, you'll really wreck some foes. Let's go ahead and begin with the races. Let's go over the races. Now, dwarves, first of all, the gold dwarves, if you could take the -2 dexterity, that's alright. I'll probably say maybe pass on it. So, I'm probably going to go ahead and talk about the next one, the gray dwarf. -4 charisma, since warlocks are mainly focused on charisma, hard pass. Unless you want to challenge, of course. Same thing with a shield dwarf, hard pass, -2 charisma. Now elves, the drow is actually a very good race. Plus, besides the ELC, 2 is the downsider. Upside is a lot, +2 dex, +2 intelligence, and +2 charisma. -2 constitution, but that's alright. This is one of the 2 perfect races. You should be a warlock. Plus you get elven proficiencies with certain weapons. Moon elf, it's not bad at all. You get that nice +2 dex, since dexterity is your secondary stat for a warlock. Sun elf, not bad, but yeah, if you want to play a sun elf, that's fine. Up to you all on that. Wild elf, the +2 dex is really nice, secondary stat once again. That's alright. Wood elf is not bad at all too. You'll have more strength, more dexterity. That's alright. If you're going melee style, this build is more of a casting style. Other than that, if you want to play wood elf, that's fine. But out of the elves, the drow is the #1 in that category. I'm gonna be honest with gnomes. I'm gonna say hard pass. If you're gonna be playing a gnome, rock gnome's the way to go. So let's go over next is the halflings. Now the halflings, their both stats are the same. I'll go over that now once I'm out of this screen. Okay, both of them have, of course, +2 dexterity, -2 strength. However, if you could play halfling, warlock, strong heart halflings are good. Just remember, gnomes and halflings, certain weapons you cannot equip at all. Be wary of that. You might have to use a sling if you want to go that route. Now, half elves, both of them, half elf and half drow, they're not bad. No plus or minuses on stats. If you want to be a half, I should say, elven race, it's not bad. Half orc, for this build, hard pass. -2 charisma is a big old deal breaker. So yeah, pass on that. Now humans, they're actually good. No plus or minuses. This is a pure build, so yeah, you get some experience points all the way. The 4 extra skill points is nice, and plus the extra feat's good. Let's go to plain touch. Asamar, they're deity touch humans. They're actually good. The +2 charisma and wisdom. This is more of a paladin race, but still, you can play a warlock as that. It's pretty cool. Now, the next race, I'm going to make an exception. I normally would pass on the -2 charisma. It's the tiefling. I would say it's the dex is good, intelligence is good. Just the charisma, you have to make up ground for it. But if you really want to play them, they're very nice. They have some good resistance, and they're cool. Now the air, earth, fire, and water, on the other hand, -2 charisma all around. I would say a hard pass. So if plain touch, Asamar is the best way to go. If you want to RP a tiefling warlock, you could do so. Marcos from Neverwinter is a tiefling warlock. If you're a fan of that warlock, yeah, go for it. Otherwise, that's about it. Unti pure blood. In my personal mind, this is the best warlock race. +2 dex, intelligence, and charisma. You have your #1 and 2 stats really up there, which is good. And then +2 intelligence is a nice bonus. That's gravy. So this way you put more points in other stats like charisma. Grey Orc. This is more of a strength cleric build or so. I say a hard pass because of -2 charisma once again. My final advice is drow or unti pure blood. If you don't want to get penalized, humans are the way to go. Now, this is going to be simple. One race. We're going to be playing Warlock from 1 to 30. Now, there's another type of Warlock in the future I will make, but for now, you can do in all 30 levels as a Warlock. This is a pure build. As for alignment, I'm going to say the very best alignment is, believe it or not, chaotic neutral. Reason being is you're smite proof. Now, if you want to roleplay good or evil, you got your 4 selections. I'm going to play evil for this build for fun. Figured I'd have a good time with it. Deity, this is just like a deity flavor, nothing important. It's not like a favor soul. Yeah, now if you're playing evil, Bane's a good god. Same thing with Secret. Yeah, pick this one. By the way, Ball is not back until 5th edition. Yeah, they had a whole thing about it. Anyways, here's your ability points. Strength, keep at 10. Dexterity, keep at 14. This is your secondary stat. Or keep it at that exactly. Constitution at 12. We'll keep it there. Now, the reason I put intelligence at 14 is I get some extra skill points, which I will need down the line. I have at the top 3. Wisdom 10 and charisma, max it to 20. Yeah, this build will get you to 28 charisma unbuffed, which is great. And with items well over the 30 mark. So once again, strength and wisdom 10, dexterity, intelligence 14, constitution 12, and charisma 20. And charisma is your main stat you're going to be boosting up while you're leveling up every time it's levels of 4. Like 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and 28. So let's get to the background. As always, the backgrounds are purely optional. Do not panic at all. Now, you can pick Bully. This is actually a good one for evil players with +1 intimidation and fortitude saves. Now, anybody else, any other alignments, the Devout is pretty good. The others are alright. Just make sure, this is very important, that concentration does not have a negative at all. Go for a positive. If you don't want any positives or negatives, no background will definitely do. So I'd say as Bully if you're evil, Devout if you're good or neutral. Or I say chaotic neutral or chaotic good. Yeah, I'm just showing you all the rest. So let me go ahead and select that. In case I'm evil, I'm going to be a bully. So let's get to the skills. Now, skills, very important. Concentration, this is your bread and butter. We're going to max that out big time. I'm doing Intimidate since I'm evil. Now, if you're not any of the evils, Bluff is a good one too. Pick either one of those two, up to you. Spellcraft is good. If you want to do Diplomacy, that's cross-class, forget about it. I would think about 1 point in the tumble. We'll hit 15 by the end of this guide. Use Magical Device at 2. Now, since we have high charisma, we're have use Magical Device will be buffed up like crazy. And of course, there's a feat we'll get as a Warlock to buff that up also. So your top 2 ones is Concentration and Spellcraft. Your secondary is Tumble to 15, and your talking skills 1 to 2 that's not cross-class to be maxed out. As for feats, we're going to only select one I felt this best, which is Luck the Heroes. I could have did Spellcasting Prodigy to help out with my, of course, spellcasting or invocation casting in this case, but instead, we're going to have the one of each save throws and that one free AC. Now, since I'm a Unti Pure Blood, oh yeah, I get a nice edge, I should say, almost even with against invisible foes. Now, the Eldritch Essence Invocations are nice. It combines effects together, so instead of like, if you're using, for example, Eldritch Spear, you combine it with another invocation. I have Alertness since I'm Unti Pure Blood. Now, if you pick a Drow, you can have different feats. Instead of, I think it's Blind Fight, and of course, Alertness. Also, all Warlocks do get Eldritch Blast, or Eld Blast, I call it for short. That goes up when you level up, and there's a certain feats that actually will boost the damage of that as well. We're going to get those feats also. You should have a nice basic DPS on that. Cast a foe, one of them. Hopefully it dies in one hit. You keep on casting for unlimited times. Also, Warlocks and Bards do be able to cast in light armor, which is good. Now, the one invocation I'm doing, I felt like it's the best to do is Eldritch Spear. You're asking, Fenton, why is that? Well, it's kind of like a sniper rifle. That is why I'm definitely go ahead and do that. So let's select that. It gets us Eldritch Blast to 250 feet. Yep, sniper rifle. Select that. That must be the first one you select at all cost. It'll help you out greatly. So what's my final character creation advice? You'll start a little slow. Once you get these invocations, then you'll really wreck the joint badly. You'll be basically walking death. So for the next part of this build video, we're going to go ahead and go over the invocations I selected for this build. Now, please note each of the invocations tiers is a total of 3. I put a 4th one there for backup purposes. The last one's alternative. So I'm going to go ahead and do the first one, Eldritch Spear, blast shape. That range is 250. aka it is a sniper rifle blast shape of Neverwinter Night 2 for Warlocks. Must have. It could be combined with Eldritch Essence to do a lot more damage and fun. Draining Blast, Eldritch Essence that a target must make a save or be slow for 1 round. Can be used, like I said, with a blast. Great to have. Great early on against undead, of course, that are lower. Later on they get immune to it, but it's good to have with you. Entrope Warding, self buff that gives 20% concealment from range attacks. Gives you hide and move silently skill bonuses too. Wonderful to have, especially later on, because you're going to meet more ranged foes that are deadly. Pop this baby, boom. You won't be able to take much damage from them. Leaps and Bounds is the alternative one I did. Gives you dex and tumble skill bonus points, which is nice. That's 4 on the dex and 4 on tumble. Pick this one if you don't like one of the other 3. Let's go to the next tier. Next up is the lesser invocations. Eldritch Chain, blast shape that does chain damage. So first target takes full damage, rest is half the damage, stops if no target is left. Combine it with a Eldritch Essence, and you get have some serious fun with this against a group of enemies. Brimstone Blast, Eldritch Essence that every reflex save that fails, target takes 2d6 fire damage. Stop if save is made. In other words, you can put a foe on fire. It is really good. Next one is Flee the Scene, buff that gives you and your party haste for 5 rounds. Now, if you have haste, your party doesn't pop this one right away. Another one to have, this is number 4, in case you don't want to use Flee the Scene or you don't like any of the others, is Walk Unseen. Self buff that casts its invisibility spell on you. This works as an invisibility spell. As soon as you attack, it goes bye-bye. And good thing about this one, you cast it unlimited times, just like Flee the Scene too. Good backup. So let's get to the 3rd tier for invocations. 3rd tier, Greater Invocations. Vitriolic Blast. This is an Eldritch Essence that can bypass spell resistance and do 2d6 acid damage for 1 round per 5 levels. Wonderful to have to combine with the other blasts. You can make it AoE, you can make it chain, or you could do a nice, I call it spear damage, which is sniper rifle basically with this. Very, very OP. Must have first. Devour Magic, touch range, dispel magic, and Warlock gets temp hit points. Nice healing method too. You can spam this as much as you want. And I would say is definitely do this if you're in trouble. Chilling Tentacles does 2d6 cold damage in the area and lasts 1 round per spell level. Can break invisibility if target is in area. Wonderful to have. Drop this in front of you and run back so they'll take damage and you get to have some serious good times with them. Another one I did add for backup in case you don't like any of the 3 is this one. Noxious Blast. Eldritch Essence that a target must make a Fortitude save or be dazed for 10 rounds. This is a nice alternative if you don't like 1, 2, or 3. Let's get to the final tier of the invocations. Here are the final invocation tiers. This is the Dark Invocations. Eldritch Doom. Blast shape that is AoE. Reflex saves made halves the damage. Must have. It's very deadly. Great for out in the open too. Dark Foresight. Self buff that gives caster DR10/Alchemist Silver for 1 round or until caster level times 10, which is a max of 150 damage is absorbed. You can cast this over and over again if this, I should say, protection goes. In other words, you're not going to take much damage to no damage at all. I'd probably say is either put this one first or second once you're at this tier. Word of Changing. Now, here's this one. Turns into a Horned Devil. This is a seriously OP buff. The reason I did get this at level 20 on this build is simple. It's seriously OP. You get stat boosters like crazy, armor clash, you name it. You lose your, for instance, if you have a weakness, and if you're a drow, you lose that, of course, I think it's a daylight weakness, which is a great thing. And many builds actually use this, and this one definitely does. Now I'm going to go ahead and give you a fourth one for those who don't want to use the third one or don't like the other two. Retributive invisibility, self buff that gives 3 rounds of greater invisibility. And if it goes bye-bye, AoE damage is 4d6. Now 4-2 save will cut that in half. That's about it for invocations. So the next part of this guide will be the actual leveling up process. Now let's go level up the Warlock. Now please note a few things. Leveling up this way, since it's a pure build, great news. You get the full experience. There's no experience penalties at all, which I'll say is wonderful. Now we're at level 2, so we're going to pick Warlock, obviously. Concentration, your talking skill, in my case, Intimidate. If you're not me, just pick Buff. You don't like talking skills, pick the Use Magical Device. Spellcraft, and if you have points in a taunt, go ahead and do so. Now, what I did was Draining Blast. I felt like it's great early on against Undead. That's low level. Higher level ones, they'll be immune to it. But also, you can slow down creatures that are not undead, too. As long as you make a will save, of course. And we get Eldritch Lore, or Eld Lore. I should say Eld Lore. This does is it gives bonuses to lore and spellcraft checks. In other words, that is great. So you check your skills out. If you're in a spellcraft, for this instance, that goes up. Pick the Warlock, concentration, spellcraft, intimidate, or buff. And then if you can, tumble, which I'm doing now. We'll use magical device at 2 for now. We use other methods to get that up. Now our I should call it Eld Blast or Eldritch Blast just got boosted. I picked combat casting, so this way we have +4 bonus to concentration checks while in defensive casting mode. This is actually great and wonderful to have, so if you do that, you'll own it. Damage reduction is really good too. So in other words, we take less damage. And of course it says damage reduction 1/cold iron. Those are good things too. And yeah, the Eldritch Blast, by the way, will level up at certain times. That means more damage up. That's about it for this level. So let's see if I could get any more invocations. No, it's a good time to switch any out if you don't like any. In my case, it's fine. So we'll level up once again. Warlock. Now, for every levels of 4, Charisma, all into Charisma. Do not worry, we'll even that out with 1 level. So let's go ahead and pick the usual suspects. Make sure at least it's concentration and of course spellcraft. Alright, we got another one. Okay, let's see here. Where is it at? I think I did this one. This one's a good one. It's great against ranged foes. Now, if you decide to put a 1-2 rogue levels into it, it gives you +4 bonus, of course, to move in high. I should say, yeah, move silently in high checks. That's about it. We get a deceived item. Now, let me see what this one says. At level 4, you get +4 bonus to use magical device as long as you have 1 point into that. Oh, we got 2 points into that. So, and of course, with our charisma checks, with use magical device, we get 11. So we get that 4 extra, will help us out greatly. So let's keep on leveling up our character some more on the path of the Warlock. Yeah, just pretend you're that one cool British dude in 2 of the 3 Warlock movies. So pick the usual suspects for the skill. Make sure concentration and spellcraft is your number 1 and 2 choice. And we'll put a point in the tumble. We'll get that to 15. Trust me. And this is a good time to switch out any invocations if you want to. Me, I feel like mine's is fine. And Eldritch Blast or Eld Blast just got boosted up once again. And yeah, Charisma determines your direct challenge. Higher your Charisma, harder your foes will resist your damage. And that's why what this build's all about. Usual suspect for the skills. Store your point. Now we give ourselves another feat. I figure out this one's good. Spell penetration. This does is it gives you +2 bonus to casting level checks to beat creatures' spell resistance. Now we're at the tier 2 of the invocations. Eldritch Chain, I feel like personally it's good because this way I could combine certain, I should say, invocations and then hop damage from one foe to another. First one takes full, the other ones after that will take half. So that's a good thing. And there we go. So we get +2 in spell penetration. So in other words, hard for our foes to resist our stuff. So let's put our points of concentration on your talking skills. And let's see here. Oh yeah, spellcraft. And if you can, tumble. If not, store that baby. We're going to put points in the tumble. Nope. We can't do anything else. So we're just going to leave that all alone for now. Hit the next button. Now we get damage reduction 2 / cold iron, which is a good thing, everyone. That damage reduction has helped us greatly. It's going to be one of the things why being a warlock down the line as a pure warlock will be to your huge benefit. Also, we get ourselves a nice buff that will add to that. Let's go on the path of the warlock. In my case, one neutral evil warlock. Put your points in a charisma. That point must be in a charisma. So let's do concentration, spellcraft, intimidate or buff. If you can, tumble. If not, oh well. Now we get to pick ourselves another invocation. And the one I decided to pick was flee the scene. You and your party gets haste, basically. That means 1+ bonus to attack rolls and additional +4 dodge bonus. Good thing. It's a party favorite. That's why I definitely picked it out. Must have. Let's see here. I'm just double checking, make sure anything else is there. Okay, we got deceive item. We got the lore. And I always want to make sure I double check. And fiendish resistance. This is what we get at level 8. Now, this does is once a day we get fast healing. Or I should say one time, one day is fast healing. That gets up that fast healing from 1, 2, and 5. Which is a good thing. So you're in trouble, pop that baby. That's all I got to say. That's why I put that there. So let's keep on going. Pick the warlock. Concentration. Let's go ahead and do the talking skills. In my case, intimidate. Spellcraft. And nope, on the... oh yeah, I did put a point in tumble. 5 more points, we get 1 free AC. So let's see here for a second. Where is it at? Greater spell penetration. Instead of 2, we get 4 bonus on caster level checks to beat a creature's spell resistance. Or Eld Blast gets boosted by 5d6 damage, which is a good thing. You topple that with spell penetration feats and anything else of the matter. You're one mean warlock. Now, if there's any time you want to modify your invocations, go ahead and do so. We're on tier 2. That's halfway there, everyone. So that's a wonderful thing. Let's hit next. And that is it. So let's get to, you guessed it, level 10. Warlock, usual suspects, make sure concentration and spellcraft is max. So this way you'll fully benefit from those two. No on tumble. Now, this one depends on your personal preference. I prefer electric energy resistance and fire. In other words, it'll be 5 points of damage to resist against the type we picked. Now, at certain points, that will go up once again, and then at the epic levels, go up one last time. Good to have for a warlock. Now, the one I decided to pick is Brimstone Blast. This does fire damage. If any foes doesn't, I should say, have the reflex saves happening, in other words, doesn't go their way, they take some fire damage until they reflex saves does it. It's good to have. So let's keep on going with the warlock and put the points in the concentration, spellcraft, talking skills, and if you can, tumble. Boom, there we go. Now we're on tier 3, greater invocations. I decided to go with Vildrick Blast. I felt like that's the best way to go. Cone's alright, but I feel this is the best one to have. This, of course, does acid damage if foes don't resist it, and we get damage reduction 3. So, in other words, yeah, our bodies start to be more resilient to certain damage. Put your points in the charisma. Seriously. And let's do concentration, intimidate. That's my talking skill, or buff. And then spellcraft, if you don't like the talking skills, use magical devices. Great to put points into. So our next thing we're going to do is toughness. Let's go over that first. Now toughness, you get 1 extra hit point and it's retroactive. So for example, if you went through 12 levels and you just picked at 13, you get 12 extra hit points, and then plus the 1 you get at 13, which is good. Now imbue items, it does is creates items that you normally cannot create. However, the thing about that is you're going to need the wondrous item feat or craft magical weapons and armor feat. That's the downside. So if your characters are more into crafting, this is the one that you'll enjoy. Otherwise, it'll be a useless warlock feat. Still, toughness is great to get out of that. If you don't like any of the tier 3 ones, go ahead and swap them out. And that's about it for this level. Let's get to the next one. Once again, pick the Warlock class, and you know the drill on the skills by now. For those of you coming in, make sure spellcraft and of course concentrations are number 1, 2 focus. Now we get ourselves another invocation. I say do this one because it's a debuff spell, and at the same time you get temporary hit points. It's a cheap healing method since you can spam this as many times as you want to, which I do love. Fiendish resistance 2, so fast healing when we pop this. Well, guess what? That'll heal us a lot quicker. It's our oh crap button. If we're in trouble with this build, most likely that's not going to happen 9 out of 10 times, or I should say in this case 99 out of 100 times. So let's keep on leveling up our character some more. Yeah, let's do the Warlock. Yeah, we're at level 14 at this point, closing at 16, which is another level to 4 to put our points into Charisma. Usual suspects for the skills by now. And if you don't like any of these invocations, tier 3, change them out. Same thing with 1 and 2. And our Eld Blast or Eldritch Blast just got upgraded once again. So every certain other levels they get upgraded. So let's keep on going. The skills we're going to pick. Put points in the tumble. Now at this point, I decide this one's going to be very important. I normally don't pick the skill focuses, but this one's too important not to pass up. Skill focus concentration. This gives us plus 3 bonus to all checks in that. And our damage reduction is now at 4, which is a good thing. So yeah, it's going to keep on upgrading. And now we're at the last of the tier 3 invocations to pick. I picked this one because it's AoE, pops out stealthers, and let the good times roll. So let's do that. There we go. We're all set and ready to go. We're at this point. Looks like we're about to hit 16. Yes, we are. Point of charisma. We're at 24 charisma with this build, so we're already really up there. So our spells should be less likely to be resisted, or I should say invocations, and we're more likely to have a good time doing so. Now we're at the final tier, which is Dark Invocations. I decided to do this one as an AoE spell, great in out the open. Great way to start battles, combine with some of the other invocations, and boom, let the good times roll AoE style. So let's keep on leveling up our character. Concentration, spellcraft, one of the talking skills like I did. And if you can, put points in the tumble. Yep, we're 1 away from 10, which is a 1 free AC. And now you could do is change any of the invocations if you don't like any. Me, I'm fine, and my Eldritch Blast or my Eld Blast got boosted up once again. In other words, we do more damage with it. Let's get our going on leveling up. Same skills like I'm picking. We can't put it on tumble. Now this one, I'm going to say there are options at this point. You could pick a weapon feat. I decided not to. You can pick Able Learner. I felt that's a little waste of time. Instead, the best way is either Forward 2, Will, or Reflex. One of those feats. I decided to do Will, so it'll be more likely I can resist things too. There will save required. Up to you all on that. And our Fiendish resistance is now at 5, which is fast healing 5. Which is good, everyone. So that is really getting up there. And we get ourselves another one of the Dark Invocations to pick from. I say do this one. This one does is gives you damage reduction of 10/alchemy silver for 1 round per warlock level, and the max of that is 150. There's a little bug on one of the Neverwinter Nights 2 patches that benefits you for that. I didn't pick it because of the bug. I picked it because you can cast that over and over again. That's another reason. So we're leveling up once again. Pick the skills like I am. We're getting close to 20. And if you don't like any of the invocations, good time to switch out. You can switch out invocation anytime you level up until 30. After 30, you cannot do that anymore. Looks like we do get something. I'm just double checking. Our Eld Blast is 8d6, which is good. So let's look at that. Yeah, our will saves are really up there. I felt like it's a great idea to boost it. Now, Warlock we just picked. I'm going to do is Charisma. So we're at 25 Charisma. We're going to get one extra Charisma point at some point during the epic levels. But for now, we'll focus on the nows. Pick the skills like I did. Now, our two resistance we picked for energy. In my case, was electric and fire. Got improved. Yeah, that's right. Nevers were more likely to resist that. Now up to 10 points, I believe. And our Eld Blast is 9d6. And now I'm going to pick this one. This one's a bit OP, but I love using it. I call it, yeah, I'm in trouble. I'm going to hit this, and that is that. And that's it for regular levels. Now let's get to the epic levels. Now, welcome to the world of being an epic warlock. You guessed it. Same skills. Yeah, your spells will be less likely to be resisted more. And your Eld Blast will be doing much more damage. First thing we're just going to get rid of the Charisma odd number problem. So we put Great Charisma 1. This gives us 1 extra point in Charisma, which is good. Level 24 and level 28, you get 2 points. It'll even things out at 28. Now, this is a good time to fix your invocations if you need to. Me, I felt like my character is perfectly fine. See, 26 Charisma unbuffed. So let's keep on leveling up our OP Warlock. Concentration, Spellcraft, Talking Skill, that's optional, but still always want to take it. And we'll leave it at that. No feats, I like to apologize. And our Blast just really got buffed up. Oh, we're going to buff that up much more as we get further down the cap. So let's keep on leveling it up. So we're going to put our points into our skills. At this point, we'll be definitely less likely to be interrupted. That's what we want. So we're going to get 2 feats, I should say. Number 1 is Eldritch Master. The character's Eldritch Blast deals 50% more damage. Now has +2 to attack rolls. We cast that baby and it's good. And our damage reduction is now 6. Which is great. And another thing we're going to do is Vampiric Feast. It's an AoE spell, targets foes. If they don't resist this, boom, we get healed. It's like a party heal. It's like, oh man, we just need to hit this button. This is great for us to have. And our spellcraft is 24 because we have that. So we got 2 wonderful feats already. And we get to do some serious damage with them. One's involve a blast, the other one involves an epic spell, which is once per day. If you need to get your invocation fixed, go ahead and do so, otherwise don't. So let me go ahead and hotbar this real quick. You want this one definitely hotbar on the first one. Reason being is it's your oh crap button. There we go. Let's level up our Warlock to 24. We get ourselves another stat boost. Almost did a swashbuckler. Oops. Now Charisma at 27. We get to do this one more time at 28 and we'll be at Charisma 28. Our goal for this build. Unless you pick a drow or other races, then you're close to it. And pick the skills like I am. If you need to fix any of the invocations, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, leave it alone. Now our blast is 11d6. That's a win-win situation. So let's keep on going. There we go. Keep at it. And put a point in the tumble. 2 points from 15. So let's go ahead and do this. Now we're going to do Epic Spell Penetration. I'll get rid of the other 2. And we'll get +6 bonus on caster level checks to beat creature spell resistance. And with our high charisma, oh, we'll win 99 out of 100 times. And there we go. We did it. So let's keep on leveling up our Warlock. I should say Epic Warlock. Almost made a mistake of not calling the Warlock an Epic one. So we'll just put the skills there. Now we get ourselves another feat. Now this one you want. Epic Eldritch Blast. This adds 1d6 damage to your Eldritch Blast. You could take this as many times you want, up to 10 times. This build, I believe we're going to take about, if I get the math right, 4 or 5 times. which is a good thing. And our Eldritch Blast did get boosted up once again. Win-win situation. Concentration we have at 30. Intimidate. Spellcraft. Well, I did Intimidate because I'm evil. Now we get ourselves another one there. Yeah, it's going to be 4, I remember. For our Epic Eldritch Blast we're going to get. And now we get our damage reduction 7. I call that a 2 thumbs up. So our feat ability for our Warlock will do a lot more damage. So we'll pick the Warlock once again. Let me make sure I did this right. And we'll put at 28 Charisma. So we got 28 Charisma unbuffed. That's a win-win situation. Less likely for our spells to be resisted. More likely for Intimidate Dialogues to really be up there. Fix your invocations if you want to. We're getting close to the cap. So we're 2 levels away to do that. Just a fair warning. Now do Concentration, Intimidate, Spellcraft. If you don't want Intimidate, Bluff is a good one to go. And we did tumble at 15, so we're set for that. Now, we're going to double dip on this one. Epic Eldritch Blast times 2. It's 3d plus 6 now. And now it's going to be 4d plus 6. Add to our Eldritch Blast. And besides Eldritch Master 2 plus the damage on that. We're stacking a whole lot of damage. So if there's a tough foe, we hit that feat ability. And hopefully they die in 1-2 hits. If they come by close. So we'll just keep on going. Put the points in it. I put the last and use magical device. Now we get epic energy resistance and electric and fire. So that's a win-win. Our blast is now 14d6. That's before all the stuff we did to it in a positive manner. Last time, change your invocations. Do it now or cry later. After this, that is 1 through 30 levels of the pure Warlock build. For our next part of this guide we're talking about is Invocations. First of all, you want is your Eldritch Blasts with your Eldritch Essence all in the hotbar. Anything like, for example, just Eldritch Blasts. You want to just keep it at the quick cast. Now on bar 1 I have all the ones that are combined, so this way I can have easiest access to it. Also I have the one that is, I believe it is called Devour Magic 2. Also I have the vampiric one. That's the epic spell feat. Now one thing is, if you want to, you can use the quick cast to buff yourself up as well. This way you just focus on one bar and go crazy. And if you just want to cast the blasts by itself without anything attached to it, go ahead and do so. Other than that, just do a setup like I am. It'll be quick and easy. You could just use the number keys just to cast that as fast as you can. You just gotta click on the quick cast buffing and such if your buff goes bye-bye in battle. For the next part of this build video we're going to talk about is gear advice. Now as for gear, let me go ahead and talk about that. In Neverwinter Nights 2, if you want, for example, 10 charisma, it must be 10 charisma. It cannot be 8 charisma, then plus 2 charisma. It'll be set as 8 as the one stat you want to boost up. So make sure you remember that. First of all, charisma is your number 1 reason to boost up. Then dexterity is number 2. After that, strength and constitution. Wisdom for those will saves if you want to. If you get any immunity items, go ahead and abuse that like crazy. Any skills, like for example, talking skills or tumble, go for that also. Any free AC, that is fine too. If you want to potion up, that's fine, but the Warlock buffs are just good enough. Other than that, if you have a weapon, just craft it with another NPC. And just put stuff like haste and of course true seeing and such. So we're going to get the final portion of this guide, which is the combat test. Let's go over combat real quick. As always, buff up before battle. You could buff up during a battle, but still make sure you're prepared. So the burning question is this build great for folks that are not immune to critical hits? Well, you're a caster basically. You're not going to really melee. That melee weapon's just like a buff item for other, like for example, MMOs and such. For casters. So if you want to cast ahead of time, I casted the tentacles spell too. Well, I was about to accidentally move out of the way. So this way any foes decide to be wise. And they're doing attack of opportunities against me. But the thing is these foes are failing, they're dying, they're taking cold damage. And all I'm doing is just spamming certain things. And let me demonstrate the Eldritch Blast. And that does 70 plus damage on the spot. So let's go ahead and get the sniper rifle one. the Eldritch Spear. That foe's way far away. Sorry about the noise. Well, actually, I decided to turn that off. That was too noisy. So there we go. We took it out one shot. 90 damage from a far distance. And also I did the chain one too. That's 94 damage there. Let's make sure. Oh, we were missing one. Let's do that blast again. I put so much stuff to it. 100 damage. So already with this build, we're seriously OP'd. So for the next question, what about foes immune to melee critical hits and sneak attacks? Oh, this is where the fun begins. I am dead serious. So I'm going to go ahead and put the undead this time. So they're going to be coming. I'm going to demonstrate the word of changing to become a horned devil for a long amount of rounds. And already I'm taking 0 damage. Our foes here are not doing much. Now the problem with this form, it's buggy. Your hotbars are disabled, however your quick spell bars are not. And because I have constant regeneration with one item, yeah, I could really survive the day. Now if I would have put that fiendish resistance stuff, I would seriously own things. I'm even taking out foes with my claws. And of course, Mummy's immune to paralyzation, but that's alright. And I'm doing well against liches too, so yeah, this thing's a little buggy, the horn devil. However, it's buggy in one good bad way. The good way is yeah, you're taking less damage. Then again, I have a whole bunch of damage reduction like crazy. Thanks to the spell I cast and it's keep on going like the Energizer Bunny. And I have to open up the quick bar every time, see? Just to cast my normal evocation. So I'm going to cast that. I'm going to go ahead and dispel magic, get some health out of it. I don't need it. It says area effect, not the spell. That's fine. We'll do the spear. Wait, no, we're going to do the chain blast. See how powerful this is. Enough with the playtime. Look at that. It all went down with one hit. So, yeah. Undead, living, evil outsiders, good outsiders, foes immune to critical hits, foes not immune to critical hits. This build is for you if you're playing a warlock. So, what's my final advice? That is very simple. Make sure you do pick a race that's good with charisma. If you're going to go for the tiefling warlock, just know you have to start off with -2. This build will get you to 24 to 28 charisma unbuffed. Make sure you get plenty of charisma items up there so your spells will be less likely to resist. Make sure you use the invocations like I am using. If you don't like the ones, I have a good backup ones also. Word of changing, get your quick bar out like this and start casting magic. Or for instance, invocation that doesn't combine two together. Like for example, a lone Eldritch Chain Blast. Other than that, have fun with the Warlock. It is a great class for Neverwinter Nights too, especially the pure version like I am doing for this build. This is it for my Neverwinter Nights 2 Pure Warlock build video. This is Lord Fenton signing off. Thanks for watching and have a great day or night, and do please stay safe. Please subscribe to my channel for more guides, builds, and other videos from Neverwinter Nights 2. If you like what you see, then pick my suggestion on the upper left hand corner or YouTube suggestion on the bottom left hand corner. Have a great day or night and do enjoy the view.